Hey everybody, it's Dan Martin. Today's video is going to be on how to get that compressing impact position. It's one of the more elusive things in golf that most people struggle with, especially if you're kind of a mid-handicapper trying to improve your game. You hit the ball, but you always kind of have that little bit of flippy impact, something that I've always struggled with in my game, but have continued to get better. So I want to use the Pro today, my training aid, to show you how you can train impact position and really what's involved in improving it. It may be not quite what you think it is. Most players that try to kind of get their impact position better try to push the handle forward. In fact, there's a lot of training aids out there where you try to keep the shaft lean forward. And albeit, I mean, if you somehow manage to sequence that correctly and with that picture, it might work out for you. But more often than not, I find players that try to push the handle actually start pushing the face open, and you're putting a force that actually slows the club down. So we need to have a little bit better understanding of what actually gets that awesome impact position. Well, a golf swing is a sequence of movements that starts with a rotation of the body, and then it transfers to a swing of the arms, and then it finally transfers to a swing of the golf club. So pushing obviously is not going to be something that's going to help us do that. It's a different action. So one thing that's very, very simple to do that you can do with my training aid of the Pro is you can just simply take the grip off of it. You can do it with the grip on if you've been skilled with it, but basically you can take the grip off and you can work on just swinging this around your body. When you take away the rigidity of the shaft, you give your brain a very different concept of how to move. So it doesn't take people very long to learn how to swing basically a ball effectively attached to a string around their body. It's a little bit weird at first, but once you kind of get going with it, you start figuring out how to make it go faster and faster, and that comes from really good sequencing. So nothing you can do kind of with forcing it makes it work better. So you start to learn the dynamics of the swing. And so what's fun is when you get good at this and you get good at hitting the impact pad here with the Pro, if you videotape this in slow motion, you're actually going to see that the impact position is exactly what you want as you're going through it. So you're going to see the arms get a little more forward, and at the very last second, this all lines up. And it's very intuitive. And again, it's better than using an impact bag because you still have the golf club, which you've got some history with. But when I take the club away, I really act very differently. And so what happens when we take the club away and any impulses to guide it is that you get really good at getting your arms to pick up speed from your body. And then once your arms pick up speed and they kind of pass your chest, that as they slow down, that's what finally gets the golf club to come in with a really good impact position. So with the club, then that now looks like this. Most of you guys that have bad impact position kind of get ahead of it, and then this starts to break down. But if I actually can feel what it's like to swing my arms ahead, then I start getting more in this type of position here. Okay? And so it's hard to learn something like that, especially if you already have the habit of kind of flipping at the golf ball without having something to remind you. And so when you use your Pro and you start to line that up, you start to get a different model and a visual that gives you the ability to actually make that change and understand what needs to be changed. So I always recommend to my students that have a Pro is that, hey, take the grip off it, hit the impact pad, film yourself in slow motion, and you can see some really different things. All of a sudden you'll see the elbow stays tucked, the arm lines up, and everything comes into a really nice position. And it didn't really take much for you. You kind of already knew how to do it. So a lot of the things that I kind of believe in golf instruction is that there's an intuitive way to kind of get everything done. And then once you understand that it's possible for you, then you have to kind of work on applying it to the golf club, which albeit it takes other skills and whatnot. But if you know you can do it, that certainly takes you onto a new path of development. So again, a simple way to get your impact position better, or to get a better understanding of it, is you can use the Pro without a grip, and just simply running it and learning how to hit something with it is what gives you the ability to actually sense in an all-at-once motion what it's like to start to deliver the arms forward enough so the club releases a little bit later, which creates that nice compressing ball flight. I hope you guys all found that enjoyable, and we'll see you all next time.